There is no such a frustrating thing as dedicating your free time as an adult towards mastering a language and being unable to speak it. If you have that issue with English, this video is for you, because in this video I'm going to show you exactly what I did at the adult age in order to get my English to the level it is today, being able to speak fluently and make videos on YouTube in English. Welcome to Polyglot Journey channel. I'm Djuro, a language enthusiast who currently speaks 4 languages and is trying to acquire 3 more in a way that's both natural and fun. If you find this channel helpful, please consider providing support by subscribing or sharing these videos. It's quite common for us to hear comments such as "It's more difficult for me to learn English because I'm older," or "I'm too old to learn English." However, relax, this is simply not true. It has been scientifically proven that you're never too old to learn a foreign language or to pick up any new skill for that matter. Your body might not have the same agility and plasticity, but your brain can definitely be stretched and challenged in order to make new neurological connections, which can make you an effective learner. Learning a language means linking your pre-existing knowledge about the world with the new input that you receive. Specifically for this reason, adults can be better or at least more efficient learners than children. Your many years of schooling and life experience make you receptive and allow you to better understand the complexities of a language as well as the strategies to apply when analyzing and memorizing new concepts. But the truth is that there are methods for learning English and other languages that are more painful and less enjoyable. Thus, I will disclose you my story and you tell me if it sounds familiar. As most of language learners, I started learning English language at a very young age at my primary school. We spent years focusing on English grammar in the classes, and we have done hundreds of drills after reading short, boring dialogues and stories, such as answering the questions. On top of that, we have done dozens of tests in order to verify if we have successfully memorized the grammar rules. And guess what? It didn't help me become fluent in English even after 12 years of studying it. Only at the adult age I realized that something was wrong with the school learning language system, and I realized that the main reason why the system was so ineffective was that it was 99% based on skill building. Learning all these grammar rules and the vocabulary, they are both tiresome and hopeless. In a way, I was able to understand the language and recognize its patterns as well as to apply the rules in a specific environment that leaves me enough time to do so, such as tests. And after many years of studying English, I was very good at doing so. I was even translating texts in my native language. However, the issue was that I was unable to speak the language. I could only utter simple sentences on a very limited scope of topics. While I was inquiring why this was happening, I realized that this is not an unique but rather an unusual case. I found out that this is the consequence of the skill building approach towards learning foreign languages, in which we are focusing on the outputs, not on the inputs of the language. Therefore, I made my own routine and methods for getting fluent in English that led me to where I am today, making all these videos in English on YouTube. Thus, if you are in the same position and you already have some knowledge about English language, here are some baby steps that will help you to become fluent in the language. The first baby step to start with is your mindset. Most adults already have an ingrained aversion towards learning English that is a consequence of earlier failed attempts to master the language. Confidence is key towards overcoming the language learning anxiety and speaking to local native speakers in the target language. To increase your confidence, you need to feel comfortable with talking to anyone at any time. That means that you need to keep engaging even in an easy conversation from the very beginning. Don't be afraid to make even 100 mistakes if necessary. People usually don't want to practice language because they are afraid of making mistakes and being judged by others for those mistakes. Keep in mind this fact: no one cares about your mistakes. Being able to convey and receive messages was always my primary goal while learning foreign languages. Even nowadays, I make a bunch of mistakes in languages that I speak, but I don't find it dramatic. Next thing that you have to have in order to become fluent in a language is a sustainable working plan and its adequate implementation. What I mean by working plan is a set of smart goals with the activities that lead to their achievement and a schedule for the implementation of those activities. I would always recommend to divide that overall goal of getting fluent in English to several more specific and realistic goals, such as being able to reserve a room in a hotel via cell phone, or ask for directions on the street, or even hold a lecture in English. Then, in order to achieve these goals, you will need a set of activities that you will implement in certain time frame, such as watching YouTube videos about traveling or 20 minutes each day, or reading your presentation materials in English a week before it. Schedule is such an important thing for adults, since most of us are already overburdened with jobs, obligations, relationships, maybe even kids. If there is something that I would designate as key towards success in mastering any language, that's having an enjoyable method. Learning a new language is easier said than done, and English in particular is a tricky one to master. It is a language that has absorbed influences from many other languages and is still constantly evolving, with rules that seem like they're never followed. On the internet, resources are unlimited, but English language learners still face barriers to fluency. The only thing that I certainly know that it works in order to improve your skills in a target language is finding things that are fun and then devoting your time to those things. Whether this is watching TV shows, listening to the podcasts, watching YouTube videos, or even making your own flashcards, making a bucket list, or writing a diary in English. What I can guarantee that will take you to success fast is immersing yourself in the language, which means that you need to decide to make English part of your life and namely surround yourself with the language and people in that regard. I've been on HelloTalk for 6 months and I met so many nice people, so I'm in the opportunity to listen to the target language and practice it whenever I want. So feel free to find me there, and you have the link to my HelloTalk profile on the YouTube channel homepage. Now, when we have explained what to do with your language, we have to add one more thing in order to help you how to make English learning your daily routine. Well, the best possible option is to use your already existing routine and redesign it in order to be better for your English learning journey. And this is how you do it. While your daily life is full of the activities that you don't have to do in your native language. Why not to use these opportunities? Well, here are some of the ideas that I implemented in the past. Start listening to the news in English. Change your daily podcast to one about the same topic but recorded in English. Follow and watch some YouTube channels in English about topics you're interested in. Reread books you love but in English this time. Start using some of the platforms for language exchange. Begin learning a new skill using English. If you love taking part in a lot of activities, join groups whose native language is not the same as yours. You can improve your English faster by listening and talking about things you love. And the million-dollar question is, how much time would you need to reach fluency level in English? Well, this depends on things such as your current level of English, whether you live in a country where English is spoken, how many languages do you already speak, are you good at language learning, and how much time do you practice English. Therefore, don't think about it. Give your best, enjoy the journey, and success is guaranteed. Hence, write me in the comment below whether this video was helpful for you, or write me about the topic that you would like to be covered in another video. And guys, every like and comment of this video help this channel grow, and if you like this channel, please consider subscribing to it and providing support by sharing all those videos. And see you in some of the next videos. Bye!